Hello, friends. My English partner back in the day always called me the dietitian from hell. And in a way, that's actually true when we consider how much gin I've put here in this recipe. I feel like Pooh the bear and his pot of honey. Wow, that's so tasty. It turned out to be quite a lot too. Just look at the consistency. I'll open this up. Yeah, actually I'm thrilled. It is really, what did I do? I had the leftovers from the citro lemon, the white pith, the mesocarp, and the fruit, the peel, everything that was a leftover from my into stripes. And then I had the brilliant idea and I put it in sugar because I have bought to that later, nutritionally speaking. So I simply put my leftover citro parts, the small bitter oranges at home, and the Sicilian small lemons from the necklace that I've made in that photo. So those lemons I took, they were show effect, and they were 8 small lemons. So I washed them again in bicarbonate and soda water, and yes, then simply cut them half, squeeze them, and make sure the seeds didn't get into my mixture. I added that along to the xylitol, the leftover pieces of the citro lemon, and I also did the same with the Amalfi lemon. Simply chopped everything up finely and put it in, just as you might do for a jam, perhaps. Then I started cooking it, and so that it doesn't burn straight away because of the high sugar content, since I've used birch sugar, I've added a good splash of gin. So this time I really gin. At home, please use the non-alcoholic version. So how much gin? Well, I say quite a bit. So maybe 2.5 centiliters, 200 to 250 milliliters. I also had some apples. Come to a good boil. Tasted it, but of course it was super sweet. So I added some balsamic vinegar to it. That was already better. Then added another 3 cloves, kept stirring and let it simmer slowly for perhaps 35 to 40 minutes or so. Now this is the amazing result. It smells lovely. With meat, with cheese, and of course just on its own, or maybe with poppadoms, or as a spread in the morning in your yogurt. Oh, and yes, I've also added some gelatine, a natural gelatine. I used about 4 small sheets, dissolved them in warm water, and then added the whole lot to the still simmering mass. So this will probably still get a little bit thicker because there is all that pectin in it too. But watch out. Now comes the disclaimer. Now it's the dietitian speaking, not the assistant from hell. Firstly, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the birch sugar I've used, which, as I said, is also called xylitol. For example, glucose and fructose both have 6 C atoms, and this one has 5 C atoms, and as a result, the rise in blood sugar is lower in your body. It is made from birch bark, so a natural sugar substitute. So what's good about it? As I said, it has a glycemic index of around 7 to 10. That's good. Your blood sugar will rise slowly. Still, be careful if you have a dog. Xylitol is fatal to dogs. I'm going to read you a little bit of information. this is no small matter. So whilst the glycemic index may be an advantage for diabetics, for those of us, and we are a heart channel, for those of us with heart conditions, like myself, the risk of heart attack and stroke, that is, increases. Several studies have shown that a very high level of xylitol in the blood, well, you have to eat quite a lot to achieve that, yes. We're assuming around, actually this happens quickly. In this jar here, there was about 200 to 250 grams of xylitol, and with a ratio 1 to 3 fruits, I had perhaps about 600 to 800 gram fruit, which has now, of course, been boiled down. And so I would definitely recommend only enjoying this in small quantities. And if you have a lot of this product, the risk of heart attack and stroke really does increase. And it is particularly relevant for diabetics who are at risk of cardiovascular disease on top of their diabetes. Also, the risk of thrombosis, yes, increases quite simply. So the blood pellets stick together more easily because of the xylitol, which isn't without risk. As I said, if you consume more than 30 to 50 grams a day, it also acts more like a laxative and can cause diarrhea and stomach ache. You have to be a bit careful. We just have to mention that here. The advantage is, of course, it has fewer calories, about 2.4 kilocalories per gram, and it's not caloric free. It simply acts as a natural sugar substitute. But in the supermarket, haven't used it before, so I took it home and tried it in a recipe. I believe you could theoretically also make this chutney completely without sugar. I think so, because of course the apples also have their natural fructose. It should work. The whole thing just went wrong because I chopped up the leftover candied lemon peel and put it into the birch sugar. I thought maybe it dries out and I would get a sort of a candied peel. But that didn't work out. The xylitol turned runny, so I made this wonderful chutney instead. Right. Then that's it for today. I hope it's great, that's for sure. I see you soon. And yes, there is a free PDF for your download available. And thanks for seeing you here. Take care.